Gotta give it bees with a very, very cool address on the top of the buildings. But you know what? That's our theme in the Espresso Kitchen this morning. We're cooking with honey. Right now we're baking with honey as well. Lexi Boucher in the kitchen. Very nice to have you. And we're making a honey cake. Just by saying it, there's something to it. Makes your mouth water already.
This is the most comforting, warm, just delicious kind of pudding cake. And I mean, perfect for the weather we're having at the moment.
Exactly, exactly. So a honey cake, let's get going. What do we need? Obviously we need some honey.
Very basic ingredients, just butter, honey, eggs, cake flour, baking powder and salt, and you're ready to roll.
Easy, easy. All right, kick it off.
Very easy. What we're going to start with is we're just going to beat our butter.
All right.
Till it's nice and fluffy. So our butter softens. I'm going to add in our sugar.
Why do you use the Selati caster snow?
Why do I use the caster snow? Because it dissolves quicker into the butter. If you wanted to, you could use normal sugar, but
okay.
I'm actually just going to turn this down, otherwise I'm going to make a huge mess.
That's okay if you make a mess, absolutely fine. All right, so we are making a honey cake right now with Lexi Boucher, and it's all about honey in the Espresso Kitchen today, using it in very cool ways in terms of your recipes. SMS the keyword Selati to 33728. That's Selati to 33728. We'll send you the shopping list and also add a link to the recipe. Just remember, SMS do cost R1.50, and you can try your hand at making this lovely honey cake this morning.
As you can see here, I've just whisked up my butter and sugar until it's nice and fluffy, so it's lighter than what it was earlier.
Yes.
Right, so once we're there...
So you've got to give it a good mix.
Give it a nice good mix, and make sure that you scrape all the sugar and butter that's not mixed in off the sides. Otherwise, what happens is you get these little white freckles on top of your cake, which is not great. So we're going to crack in an egg, mix it in. You can do the honors with the next one.
Wow, thank you. There we go.
Okay, so we're going to mix that in nicely.
Okay, so you can also, for the details of this recipe, you can visit our Facebook page, Espresso Morning Show, SABC3. We'll upload all the details there. Alternatively, you can email us at recipes@expressoshow.com, and we'll send you all those details. Or you can log on to expressoshow.com, our website, and find the food tab. We'll also put the details there for you. So many ways that you can get your hands on this amazing recipe.
What we're going to do next is I've taken the beater away, and we're going to stir in our dry ingredients.
Okay, why not beat it in?
Because people have the tendency to put the dry ingredients in, put the beater on, and then beat and beat and beat and beat. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up with an extremely dense kind of pound cake and not a light, fluffy.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you want
delicious cake.
Want to still keep as much air in the recipe or in the batter as possible.
Yeah, so we're just going to stir this in until it's just combined.
So while you're stirring there, what do we have on the side here?
What we have over here is just our butter and honey mixed. I'm going to ask you to turn on the stove and just get that heated for us.
Perfect. So this is just butter and honey?
Yes. That step you would usually do while the cake is just about to come out the oven.
Okay.
Because that is going to be drenched over the top of our cake once it's baked, and it's going to turn it into a delicious pudding.
I can just imagine. I can't wait to see this whole recipe come together.
Right.
We are cooking with honey in the kitchen this morning. Such a nice ingredient to use. Beautifully sweet, especially like Lexi said, with the little bit colder weather we're having at the moment.
I've got a prepared cake tin here, and I'm just going to scoop our batter in. As you can see, I didn't spend ages stirring it. I mixed it until the flour was just mixed in.
Okay. But of course, you want to make sure, even though you're not beating it, that you don't get those flour pockets.
Yeah, don't undermix it. Make sure that the flour is nicely incorporated.
Perfect.
Put it into our cake tin.
Easy
and then
as
it's going to go into our oven at 180 until it's cooked. Different ovens, you know, cook at different times. So
so pop that one in. So how long roughly would you say?
Roughly about 45 minutes. I usually, you know, just do the skewer test. Put a skewer in. If it comes out clean, then the cake is ready.
Perfect. Well, there we have our finished one already.
Here we've got a delicious finished cake. You would usually take it out of the oven, let it warm for about 10 minutes, not until it's totally cold.
Yeah.
Take it out of the cake pan. Then I like to just make it a little bit easier for our honey.
Nice, and that will kind of just soak it all up.
Our honey and butter is...
There we go, that looks nice. Perfect,
it's melted, and you don't want to let it boil for too long, otherwise the honey will kind of crystallize.
Yes. So make sure that it's a nice runny consistency. Oh,
and you're just going to pour it over the whole cake. If you wanted to be completely outrageous, you could take the cake out of the oven, then after 10 minutes cut it in half, spread ice cream
Okay.
over the inside of the
it just
cake.
gets better.
Close it, and then pour the honey over for a totally decadent
That
dessert.
sounds incredible. You know what? While this guy soaks up this beautiful sauce, here's a quick look back at how we made our honey cake this morning.
Cream butter and Selati caster snow until light and fluffy. Add eggs one at a time. Sift flour, salt and baking powder together and mix in slowly. Pour batter into lined cake tin and baked until a skewer inserted comes out clean. Melt together butter and honey, then pour over cooled cake. For the full recipe, visit the Espresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword Selati to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. SMSs cost R1.50. No free SMSs. T's and C's apply.
Oh, and look at that. Now you have all the different ways that you can get your hands on this recipe, and look at that. Doesn't that just make your mouth water this morning? Lexi, thank you so very much. We're cooking with
Thanks
honey
for
this morning.
having me.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have a little bit of a taste. I have to just have a bit of a go with this. But while I do this, stick around because there's lots more recipes coming your way. But right now, here's your chance to get your hands on some beautiful tissue oils from Saltone.
The sweetness lingers longer with another delicious recipe brought to you by Selati.